Alrighty, welcome back to Genshin Impact. Today, I need to do the event that ends in a couple of hours. Yup. Let's get to it. I've come to find out that with this game, I'm becoming like really bad at procrastinating. Like, that's all I do. Receiver of Friends from Afar, Part 1. How many parts are there? Oh, also, as you can see, I'm finally using Navia. I am not satisfied with her artifacts, but I am so sick of doing that domain that I gave up. Like, this artifact is trash. This one's not much better, but I'll take it. This artifact is also trash. But I'm sick of not being able to use her. So here we are. In a world where I'm using Navia anyway. Her energy recharge is like ridiculously high. Thanks to the weapon I'm forced to use on her. At least I'm finally using the 5-star weapon. We would all prefer it be a different 5-star weapon, but you know, I can't be buying all of the weapons. Gotta be selective. Although who knows, with this new type of banner thing that they have, there's a quest over here? Like a normal quest? Excuse me? What is it? Apparently there is a quest here. No, stop latching onto that. Okay. We'll do that at some point, I guess. But anyway, with the new upcoming banner, maybe eventually Navia and her weapon will be on it. Probably not, because I think the requirement is that you need to have had a banner 3 times, which is sure. And not have had a rerun anytime recently.
Wang Shuin now hiring. Urgently seeking one temporary chef willing to pay top Mora salary negotiable. Look, traveler, an urgent hiring notice and they're paying top Mora too. Oh, Paimon likes the sound of that.
What is top Mora for a cook, though? Strange. Why would Wang Shu In suddenly need a new chef? In Genshin, I mean.
You're right, it is strange. Do you think something happened to Yanxiao? Because that guy barely lets anyone ever set foot in his kitchen. Doesn't exactly seem like the type to hire help. The notice says interested parties should go upstairs and talk to the innkeeper Huayan. Should we go and see what's up?
You want to check up on Yan Zhao? I know you actually care about the money, but I want to check up on our good old putty, Yan Zhao.
Yeah, and we can ask about the pay while we're at it.
Paimon. Typical Paimon. I can't believe there's a quest over here. What the heck? I swear that quest was not there when we did Lantern, right?
Could it be true? What I've heard.
Right? Like, surely it wasn't here when we did Lantern, right? Ah, it's gonna... Oh, did Navia just die?
There's really no need for this. It's just a little burn, that's all. It won't get in the way of my work.
You burned yourself?
Perhaps not, but continuing to work will only hinder your recovery. You need to rest for a few days. We'll figure something out.
Huayan! Yanxiao!
Oh? Traveler and Paimon. What brings you to this neck of the woods?
We saw your hiring notice downstairs.
And we decided to come check up on Yanxiao.
I care about Yan Zhao.
I knew we shouldn't have posted that notice. It's really nothing to worry about. I'm fine. I swear.
How kind of you. My thanks to you both. And thanks on Yan Xiao's behalf too. There's nothing to be embarrassed about, Yan Xiao. Just tell them what happened.
I'm shocked this
Oh,
is fully
all right.
voiced.
Well, basically, we had a lot of guests pouring in for the lantern ride. Things got busy, I started rushing, and I ended up accidentally burning my hand while plating a dish.
But it's not your hand that's bandaged, it's your forearm. I am so confused. Maybe he wants to like let it air out or something. I don't really know how burns work. Usually when I get burned, it's just like my fingers when I'm cooking, and not the best idea, but I just run it underwater and I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'll get over it. Don't do what I do. That doesn't sound like you.
Well, you know what they say. Play with fire long enough and you're bound to get burned. Even the best
They do in
chefs
fact say
slip up
that.
sometimes. Anyway, it's nothing, just a tiny
This
burn.
quote I do
can
get.
Still,
Now. I don't want you pushing yourself. You'll only make it worse. And then you'll be looking at more than just a couple of days off to recover.
Get some
the
aloe.
lantern ride's only just finished, and we're still getting tons of guests. Now's not a good time for me to rest. But, plus, lots of the guests are visiting from other nations. We can't just bring in some random chef off the street. We have a reputation to uphold.
I am not
I
some
refuse to let
random
someone else
chef.
ruin the good name
Excuse
we've made for
you.
ourselves here.
Listen to you. Anyone would think that you're the boss and not me.
I am an
But he's not
expert.
wrong. Yan Xiao was one of the favorites in the Masterful Chefs tournament. No matter how you look at it, his are big boots to fill.
I don't mean to boast, but any chef of my caliber probably has their own restaurant to look after. It's not going to be easy to find someone who's got the skills and has the time to help us out.
It's
Looks
me.
like we might have to increase the pay we're offering even further.
Do we know anyone that's a good chef and has the time to help out?
Whoever could it be?
Oh, of course, you!
There you
Oh,
go.
right. Yes. Now I think about it, I do recall hearing good things about your cooking ability. I suppose I'd added you to my mental list of people who can hold their own in a combat situation, but forgot you can cook.
I can
Why are
also
you even
fish
keeping a mental list of people
and
who can fight?
garden.
Maybe a story for another time. More importantly, I'm sure Yan Xiao would be comfortable leaving his kitchen in your hands, if anyone's. What do you think, Yan Xiao?
Well, since it's you, I suppose that's better than anyone else.
Thank you.
What do you think, Traveler? Should we do it?
Never thought I'd see the day when Yan Zhao leaves his kitchen.
I should warn you that cooking for customers is quite a different ballgame from cooking for yourself, so I'll stick around the kitchen over the next few days to help smooth things over.
Are you incapable
Oh,
of taking time
so
off?
he's not leaving the kitchen after all?
I believe there's some spare kitchenware here at the inn. Boss, would you mind?
Of course, of course. I'll take care of it.
Are we going to get to see Zhao in this event?
All done. Come, take a look. This was made with your measurements in mind.
My measurements? Did you make this whole thing to my height because I'm young looking? This carpentry is incredible. You've missed your true calling.
Ah, it's nothing. A little handicraft and elbow grease goes a long way. All right, Yan Xiao. I'll leave you to take it from here.
You really went to all the trouble of building a new stovetop? What was wrong with the original? Boy, you really hate when people touch your stuff, huh?
No,
I feel
it's
that.
nothing like that. As Boss always says, hire who you trust and trust who you hire. I just thought the original setup might be a little, tall for you.
I don't think it would have been that big of a problem.
Anyway, as I was saying, cooking for guests is different from cooking for yourself. Not only do you have to execute on
Short
taste,
shaming me.
aroma, and appearance, But you also need to ensure speed, precision, and consistency. Having the right equipment is a big part of that. Ill-suited equipment doesn't just make the job more tiring, it also slows you down. And paying customers don't have unlimited patience. Sometimes cooking is all about being well prepared. That's how you ensure speed.
Okay, and what about precision and consistency?
Precision all comes down to using your eyes. Where to slice into a particular cut of meat, how much oil to use, how to tell when a dish is done cooking. When you cook for yourself, you can always add salt if it's too bland or add water if it's too salty. You can tweak the taste as you go, but in a restaurant, there's not that much room for trial and error.
I'm not too worried about that.
Case scenario, Paimon can deal with any subpar dishes by making sure they get properly disposed of.
The final thing you have to focus on is consistency. You have to be able to handle the most challenging orders with the same level of technique and skill as the easiest ones. This is particularly important when you have guests from all over, each with their own tastes and preferences. You have to cater to their own dietary needs, while also giving them the opportunity to enjoy our local delicacies.
This last point is making Paimon's head spin.
Don't worry about it, Paimon. You're not the one cooking.
Don't worry. Matter of fact, someone as well-traveled as you may even have a better handle on it than me once you get started. And of course, I'll be
I have
around to
traveled
help
all
you the
over.
next few days. I don't think we'll have any trouble making all our guests feel right at home.
What am I doing? Talk to Smiley to start working?
There's no time to lose, so let's get started. I imagine you probably have a good handle on the cooking side of things already. What you need to pay attention to is remembering each table's order. Try not to get them mixed up.
Oh, God.
Oh, Paimon's memory is like a steel trap. This
I don't believe you.
cinch.
I'm getting a notebook. At the end of the day.
What ticket are we on again? Table 1 was onions, but no chilies. Table 2 was chilies, but no onions. And table 3 was, table 3 was chilies, but hold the chilies?
All the guests have already finished eating.
Was Paimon just sleep floating?
You've been talking nonsense since about halfway through the day.
We didn't even get a break in the middle. Paimon's brain has turned to mush. Is it always this busy here?
No, but this is peak season. You both did a mighty fine job for your first time serving guests at the inn. Luckily, all our customers were familiar faces this time around, so we didn't get any strange requests. Otherwise, today would have been even more challenging.
No strange requests? Someone asked for almond tofu drizzled in soy sauce. Even Paimon has never tried that combination.
That's shocking. I thought you would have tried it.
It's a wide world out there.
You can try it now.
People have all kinds of different tastes. Being able to cater to all is the real essence of Liyue cuisine. Also, the thing about requests is that they're usually very specific. So as long as you do what they asked, you're unlikely to have any issues. What's really tricky is when guests give you free rein to do anything you want.
Excuse me. Are you still open by any chance?
Was that Mika?
Paimon knows that voice. Let's go check it out.
Sounded like Mika.
What
Oh,
should
it's
we do?
Fremine.
It doesn't look like anyone's here. If only we'd gotten here a bit sooner.
I will make you food,
It's
Fremine.
all right. If we start building a campfire now, we'll be eating before too long.
Right. Besides, if anyone's to blame, it's Linny. So busy being a greedy culture vulture that he lost track of time.
A culture vulture?
Lynette, Fremine, it is you!
Paimon? So, is the traveler here?
Paimon's not capable of going anywhere without me. Greetings.
Traveler Paimon! What a nice surprise!
Paimon was gonna say the same thing. We're just lending a helping hand at the inn.
You fill the three of them in.
Anyway, so that's how we ended up here. But what about you guys? Don't tell us. Father sent you on another mission?
No, quite the opposite, actually. We're in Liyue on vacation, and while we're here, I thought a cultural tour might be in order.
Father said we
I like the
deserve some
background
rest
music.
after everything that happened recently. Otherwise, it could jeopardize our next mission.
It's not every day we get this kind of opportunity. Lenny thought it might be fun to spend some time in Liyue, especially since it's Lantern Rite season.
And the cultural tour Lenny mentioned.
We could hardly pass up the opportunity to watch a Liyue-style magic show. Although, I think they call it conjuring here.
I wouldn't know.
In our time here, we've seen conjuring tricks incorporated into a Liyue opera show, and even a wushu dance. It was amazing.
So, we decided to stay here for a few more days to see what other forms of inspiration this land might have in store for us. We visited Granny Roshin in Chingsa village not long ago, and today we continued our cultural tour in the area around here.
In the end, though, we lost track of time. We haven't even eaten anything yet.
And speaking of eating, as you know, seafood is a big part of both Liyue and Fontaine cuisine, but it's cooked very differently here. We simply had to try some local seafood after coming all this way. That's another reason why we decided to extend our trip.
Oh, need any recommendations? What have you tried so far?
That fish one with the misleading name. Sounds bland, but it's drowning in hot chilies.
That
Oh,
fish
you mean
one.
blackback perch soup? You're right. The name doesn't give much away.
It's the black back part. That's supposed to
smelled so
let you know there's a lot of
appetizing that
pepper.
Lynette took a huge mouthful, blissfully unaware that she was about to set her mouth on fire. She could barely speak for the rest of the day after that.
Should have had milk.
Luckily, that wasn't a huge adjustment for her.
It was for her stomach. That was different.
What? Aren't you guys hungry too?
Yes. A little.
Yes, I'm ready to eat. Traveler, I'm afraid we'll have to send you back to the kitchen now.
No problem. What would you like?
Good question. I doubt we'll be able to decipher the menu, so why don't you recommend something? You should be pretty familiar with our tastes.
How so? How am I familiar with your tastes, Liddy? Whatever. Okay, I'll figure something out.
One more thing. Please, if you have a heart, don't make it spicy.
Okay, so Lynette really wants something not spicy. I understand.
Fontaine, huh? No wonder they can't handle too much spice. Still, if we make the food too bland, they might as well be eating back home.
What do you recommend?
There's this crab and shrimp stir fry I know that could work. It's quite heavily seasoned, but it's a lot milder than it looks. It has a light but really satisfying flavor.
Ooh, that sounds perfect! What's it called?
Well, this is where it gets interesting. They call it the Palace Jewels. The crab roe is supposed to look like pearls of gold, and the shrimp meat like chunks of jade.
That's a pretty enigmatic name.
Here's the recipe. When you're ready, go ahead and give it a try.
Okay. In each challenge of Receiver of Friends from Afar, you must continuously prep, mix, and cook to make a dish that the guest wants. After you begin prepping, the indicator on the slider will move back and forth between each end. When the indicator points to the corresponding area, click the button to mark one instance of success. Okay, so I need it to, as per usual, be in the little slidey part. After you begin mixing, hold the button. Hold it, okay. To make the indicator bar move over the sliding ring. When the indicator bar points to the prompted area, release the button to mark one instance of success. After you begin cooking, the indicator on the slider will move back and forth between each end. When the indicator points to the corresponding area, click on the button to mark one instance of success. Once cooking is complete, you can plate and decorate the dish. 3 elements of dishes can be decorated: the tableware, accessories, and add-ons. Each element has several decorations to choose from. Oh. Oh no.
I do love Spina di Rosula's logo.
Spina di Rosula's logo? What the heck?
It was
Navia
designed by
is
my
wild. There's 4 of these. Well,
Have you noticed how it's shaped like a heart?
let's get to it. Required ingredients. Those things. Shrimp, roe, snapdragon, egg, and flour. Salt. Salt. Okay, step 1, prepping. Press at the right moment to prep. Okay. Got it. Okay, I'm done cutting. Now I need to mix. After holding release at the right moment to mix. Okay. Okay. Shrimp meat with paste obtained? Press at the right moment to cook. Okay. I did a thing. I want that. Give me that. Swap ornaments. Ooh. This one. Lantern. Think this. Yeah, I like it. Do. I'm done. We're going with this. Very aesthetically pleasing.
Sorry for the wait. This dish is called the Palace Jewels. Enjoy.
I didn't have those little birds. Where's my tree? Just eat it. You'll be fine.
Yes. We meant to say, you two must be tired after a long day of work. do you want to eat with us?
You don't trust my cooking, you want me to eat it first and make sure I don't die.
Paimon is a little hungry. Well, if you insist, then who are we to refuse?
But we'll still let our guests enjoy the first bite. You're not getting out of this one.
Oh, right. Of course. You're still our customers. Why aren't you eating?
The sauce looks a little overpowering.
Oh, according to Liyue custom, it's probably good table manners to let someone else go first.
Looks delicious, traveler. I guess I'll dig in first. Here goes.
What is it? Do you need some water?
No. It's delicious. The flavor is so pure. It's drenched in sauce, but somehow it just enhances the natural flavor of the seafood. Try it for yourselves.
You thought I was trying to poison you?
Right.
What is that? Crab roe?
Yep, you have quite the palate, Lynette.
No wonder it pairs so well with the shrimp meat. I've never seen it prepared this way before.
According to the creator, chewy crab complements succulent shrimp, making a spectacular seafood ensemble with a succulent flavor and luscious mouthfeel. The crab roe glitters like pearls of gold, and the shrimp shines like chunks of jade. Hence its name, the Palace Jewels.
So that's where the name comes from. Huh. I suppose it's quite fitting then.
Huh.
Sure.
Was Paimon always this well-spoken?
She's just regurgitating what someone else wrote.
This dish must be right up your alley, Lynette. Huh?
It's half gone already?
She ate it all. Probably when you were busy yapping away.
I heard that in Liyue. The biggest compliment you can pay to the chef is to leave a clean plate. It's delicious. Thank you ever so much.
Wait, don't fight over it! Hey, leave some for Paimon!
I think I'm finally getting the hang of chopsticks.
Oh, I need to practice more with chopsticks before I go to Japan, or I am going to be in for a very rude awakening. Practice makes perfect, huh, Fremine?
Yeah. Well, Linny and Lynette picked it up in no time, but they're naturally dexterous. Unlike me. It's taken me a lot longer, but I'm slowly getting there. Oh, speaking of chopsticks, in one of the shows we've seen here, someone performed a conjuring trick using a bowl and chopsticks. So, if I want to be a good magician's assistant, I need to keep practicing.
Lynette's not usually so forthcoming about what she likes. But this time, well, she's expressed it in more ways than one. I guess you've rubbed off on her too.
Where is she?
Or maybe your cooking is simply too delicious to resist.
There she
Next
is.
time our paths cross in Fontaine, you'll have to fire up your cooking skills for my other siblings as well. How does that sound, oh great master chef?
Whatever you say, oh great magician.
Oh yeah? Well then, I'll have to clear my schedule.
I quite like your father, so I will definitely cook for your siblings. Does that make Child your uncle?
Let me guess where
And is Scaramouche your long-lost uncle? Then I quite like your uncles as well.
Calorie surplus detected. Digestion mode engaged.
I've never seen you eat so much.
Yeah. Well, Linny and I are usually careful about what we eat, because we have to stay in performance shape. That, plus it's generally bad manners to overindulge at the dinner table. But once in a while, it's nice to treat yourself in the company of family. Besides, if I'd waited until my brothers were finished trying to outpolite each other, the food would have gone cold.
You're not wrong. I did a thing.
So your friends like the dish, huh? Well done. Not bad at all for your first day on the job. There'll be more to come, so keep it up.
Okay.